Hi.
How are you today? So let's start out by you giving us a little background on yourself.
Okay. I am 29 years old. I have five children, ages 3 to 11. I've been staying at home with them up until recently for the last 10 years. I have, for the last 3 years, been working from home on websites, specifically fan websites. I work with production companies and authors and reach out to fans for their specific projects, movies, books, or otherwise. And just sort of provide them with information, trailers, stills, so forth. We started 3 years ago with a Twilight fan site. I now do a lot of direct work with Summit Entertainment through that, and with that website success, it started with just 100 unique visits per month. Now it gets over 300,000 on average, on a relatively average month. And now we've just branched out and started doing the same thing for other films and other books being made into films, The Hunger Games, etc., and just providing information to fans all over the world that don't have the opportunity to see things firsthand at premieres and award shows the way we do living in Los Angeles.
Wow. Okay. So right now, how many forms of social media or how many outlets do you think that you're involved in? Social media outlets.
I have something along the lines of 9, give or take, websites that I'm currently working on, that I currently blog on. And we use Blogger and WordPress specifically to host our websites. And then we use, other popular social networking platforms to promote the posts and the content on the websites. Our biggest traffic draws right now are Twitter
Mhm.
and Facebook. We automatically feed all of our posts on all of our websites into both those outlets, Twitter and Facebook, so that our followers there can see all of our content and click the links that are of most interest to them.
Mhm.
We are also currently utilizing Pinterest. That's kind of new to us, but that's definitely something that we're working on now, is gaining followers on Pinterest and using it to reach a different demographic of fans and readers. And we're also just now working with Google Plus, which is pretty new to me. So we're working on that.
Yeah, I myself am now getting into Google and it's very different. So I'm still trying to get a handle on it. And so when you use Pinterest to promote your blogs and websites, is it more of pictures that you're sharing on there?
Yes, visuals are always best.
Mhm.
Pinterest obviously pretty much demands some sort of visual, whether it's a video or an image. I try to choose the most visually appealing, something that fans are going to want to see, and obviously a really attention-grabbing tagline. Also, customizing hashtags, Twitter, even on Pinterest. It's also a good thing to do on Tumblr and Instagram, a couple of other social networking platforms that we're branching out into. Hashtagging everything, because fans that are looking for specific content will search different tags on all of the social networking platforms. And if you can, customize your tags with, Hunger Games and so forth, anybody that does a search for your Hunger Games content, your content will show up in the search results.
Right. Well, that makes sense. So you said you're in 9 different fan websites and blogs. And did
Something
you
like that.
just get in those from interest in movies and books? And so you just kind of like, well, I'll just start writing for this one. Or did people come to you?
Most of the sites that I write for, I am a co-creator of. I don't work on topics or books or films that I don't like.
Hmm.
So I am a fan myself. I think that's what makes my websites enjoyable and makes them successful, is because I don't write about anything that I'm not already a fan of myself and that I don't like. Um, but I've pretty much, co-created from the ground up, built these websites, and then used our current traffic from another site and directed any followers or fans that are interested in these other topics in that way. Most of the sites are for young adult genre books or films. So, when they're interested in one, oftentimes they're looking for something similar to enjoy. The Twilight Saga's ending, the Hunger Games is beginning. So they want something new to keep their attention, and they're happy to jump over from one fandom to another so that they can be entertained.
It's like they all kind of merge a little bit, don't they? We all kind of just go to the next one.
Just filter down.
Yeah, yeah. So right now you have the Twilight-ish, and then you have Hunger Games, and what a few others. Which what?
I'm working on Beautiful Creatures, which is a paranormal sort of romance kind of novel. It involves a lot of magic, black magic type thing. It's currently in post production on a feature film that's coming out in February 2013. I was very fortunate to be invited onto the set by Warner Brothers, so I got to watch some of it being filmed and meet and interview a lot of the cast members, which was so much fun. And that one I work on two websites for, the official fan site and another fan site that I had been working on prior. I work on the Host trilogy. It's a Stephanie Meyer novel. There's currently only one book out, and it's in post-production on a feature film as well.
She's the creator of the Twilight books, right?
Yes,
yeah.
She is. And several others. I mean, they're all being made into films. So
what you just said about the set visit that you got to do, that leads me to my next question for you. You've had some really interesting things come about or events come about that you've been able to be a part of because of your involvement in blogs and in social media. And so tell us about some of those, where you've gotten to go or interview maybe. Some of those places, names?
Well, I've been on two set visits myself now. I've been invited to four. Just hadn't been able to work out the other two with my schedule, and I am currently working on questions to send a co-blogger on a set visit to another one. So set visits are one of my favorite perks. I really enjoy the movie making process and watching it from the other side of the camera. So that's been really amazing. Not to mention, one time we got to actually be extras on the movie. So our set visit was we actually got to be in the movie, which was a lot of fun. I've also enjoyed doing movie premieres. I was at a movie premiere just earlier this week on Monday. We got to interview some really, really great celebrities and cast members of that film and other films that I have fan sites for. I'm a big fan of award shows. MTV Movie Awards is one of my favorites, and that's actually less work and more fun to be on the red carpet. We've done that 2 or 3 years in a row. And one of my favorite events ever is Comic-Con. Comic-Con is just the best place if you're a fan of anything and everything. Comic-Con is a good place for you. You can just let your freak flag fly and dress up. Anything that floats your boat is acceptable at Comic-Con, and lots of free swag, which is always nice.
Awesome. So can you divulge what movie sets you have been to?
Sure. Last November, I went to Warm Bodies, which is a Summit Entertainment film. It is a sort of a star-crossed lovers kind of a film involving a human girl and a zombie boy. We got to be zombie extras. We got to be zombies for the day. Spent, the morning in wardrobe and makeup and on set as extra zombies all day. That movie comes out in March, and I'm looking forward to seeing if I can find myself in the hordes of zombies on the big screen. That'll be interesting. In June, I went to the Beautiful Creature set in New Orleans, Louisiana, which was fun. I'm a big fan of New Orleans, and that was the first time I got to see like man-made sets. Warm Bodies was all on location,
Uh-huh.
And Beautiful Creatures was the day that I was present on set was man-made sets, which was really neat that I've been able to experience both types of sets.
Mhm.
Um, Ender's Game, I wasn't able to attend, but sent a co-blogger. That was actually on NASA property in
Wow.
Louisiana. I'm looking forward to seeing our content on that. That's under lock and key. And next week, a co-blogger is going on a set visit in Toronto for the Mortal Instruments.
Oh, that's so neat. Great series, the Mortal Instruments series is.
Yes, I think that one's going to be a big fan favorite. I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on up in Toronto with the fan sites up there. Disappointed I can't go, but
Tell us who you got to meet at Beautiful Creatures. You were really excited to meet one of the actors on Beautiful Creatures site. Who was that?
I I got to meet Oscar Award nominee Viola Davis, who
Wow.
I think everybody loves just by watching her performances and watching her interviews on TV. But when you meet her in real life, she's about 1,000 times more amazing. She
Mhm.
is absolutely one of the most genuine celebrities I've ever met. She is so, so nice. And was one of the nicest to interview because she had a lot to say about every question I had to ask, which certainly makes the interviewing process a lot easier when the celebrities actually have great answers to your questions.
And she was one of the lead actresses in the movie The Help, right?
Yes, that
Yeah.
is what she received several award nominations for, and she's just fantastic.
So you recently were given a great opportunity to interview for an internship. Why
Yes.
don't you tell us who it was for and how did it go?
I was asked to interview for an internship for digital media management who manages social media for different films for production companies and also individual celebrities, talent. They have social networking platforms. They have their own websites or their own brand that they're trying to promote, and digital media management works on all of their social media for those things, manages their websites. I specifically interviewed to work on the social media's networking for the Hunger Games franchise, and I did get the position. I've been there for the last week. It's been a really interesting job. I'm really in love with it. Only after 4 days, it's been amazing, and I'm really excited to learn more about social networking because it's really definitely I have a lot to learn, but I'm excited to, bring what I know to the table and bounce ideas off of other people and then learn what they do at the same time.
How long of an internship is it? Will you be covering the next movie that comes out for the Hunger Games?
Yes, we're currently working on Catching Fire, which is just starting production right now. It will be out in November 2013, and we are working on the promotions for that. It's a ways off, but yes, the internship will be about 6 months long.
Oh wow, good for you. Good for you. And would you say that your blogging and social media experience is that internship a direct result from that? Is that how you got the internship opportunity? Or
I
was it
believe
something
so.
you applied for?
I with digital. I worked with digital media management. They reach out to the fan sites for the movies that they are working on. In this particular case, the Hunger Games, and I was working with them. They would provide content from the production company to post on our site and things of that nature. And when the position for an internship came up, they emailed me and asked if it was something I would be interested in. I said I was interested. So the process started from there: resume exchanging, interview, job offer. So, yeah.
That's so great. Congratulations. So,
Thank you.
what is your favorite right now? What would you say your favorite form of social media is?
Um, my favorite form of social media is probably Twitter. I'm a little bit of an addict. It's one of my favorite places because it's actually what I use to communicate with a great deal of people that live across the country that I don't get to see, and even people that I have never met in real life. I've made friends on Twitter through the fandoms and such, like on Hunger Games and Twilight, and we've made friends on Twitter and kept up communication. Some of them I have gotten to meet in real life, and some of them I still haven't, but it's probably one of my favorite platforms.
And people might not know this, but that's how you and I met, was through Twitter. And
It is.
we have met in real life. Elena is located in California in the greater LA area, and I'm here in Stephenville, Texas. So it does really bring social media, you would say, brings people together from all across country and even other nations. Can you hear me?
It does.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so successful is some people don't have access to, yeah, can you hear me? Some people don't have access to the things that, I personally have access to in Los Angeles. And so I like social media allows us to be able to include fans all over the world and the country in those activities and events.
So for someone who is new to social media, maybe they just got a Facebook or a Twitter, what, or maybe they even would like to have a blog, what advice would you like to give that person? Is there any advice you would give that person?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing that you need to do is familiarize yourself with the most popular social networking sites. And Facebook and Twitter is always the best place to start because not only are they two of the most popular, but they're also, in my opinion, two of the most user friendly. They are really, really easy to use and very easy to learn about, and they also provide lots and lots of tutorials if you're looking for that kind of thing. If you're looking to specifically market a brand, they offer all kinds of amazing features, videos, tutorials, webinars, things like that, live feeds, to learn exactly how to successfully, market your brand or just use the platform in a way that will accomplish the objectives that you're trying to accomplish.
Right. Well, to end this on something fun, would you say what would you say is the your most favorite thing that has come out of all the opportunities you have benefited from being on social media? You know, the interviews, the award shows, Comic-Con, set visits. What is that one thing that stands out mostly in your mind as being like that awesome moment?
Um, I got asked that question recently, and I'm going to have to go with about a year and a half ago. On our Twilight fan site, we hosted a fundraiser, and it was in honor of an actress's birthday. And we chose a charity that was special to that actress in particular. And for the entire month of her birthday, we hosted a fundraiser asking our readers to donate, reaching out to other fan sites for the same, movie and book series, asking them to promote it, and reaching out to, big name companies, asking them to match donations, so that at the end of it, on her birthday, we were able to donate a check to the charity that is particularly special to her. And in that particular donation, we raised $17,000 for a charity called Covenant House that keeps teenage runaways off the street. And I'm so proud to have been a part of that particular fundraiser and just being able to come together as one collective whole, this fandom, and just help people in need out. I think it's really amazing what people can do. I know that in specifically the Twilight fandom, when a fan is in need, if they have a death in the family, if they have a crisis, their home burns down in a fire, something horrible happens, these groups of people have this amazing way of banding together and helping this one person who they most of them have never met out in any way that they can, whether it's just uh, prayers or words of encouragement, or if they can support them monetarily in some way. It's just been really remarkable for me to be able to watch people help each other out in that way, even when they don't know each other. And if they know each other, it's only just through social media and Twitter and communicating on forums on website. It's just been such an amazing experience.
What a wonderful thing social media has done for these people. And
Mm-hmm.
without it, I mean, who would know if any of these people would have ever met or any of these opportunities would have happened. And so that's just really remarkable. Well, thank you for joining me today. It was a great discussion, and you have been very informative.
Thanks.
And I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.